Could you stand a little taller, just a tad?
Like this?
Yes, yes. The chin a tiny bit lower. Gaze a little more to the right. There! Now, hold the pose. Just a few more minutes. You have such an incredibly singular face. That's a compliment, my lord, out of my mouth. Your particularity gives you character.
You're still here?
We've nearly finished. Have you any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics. Your uncle is beside himself.
He was of a mind to paint the town last night. Don't worry, I shall track him down. Make care to your own preparations without wrinkling another frown. We'll meet you on the boat.
It's about time your cousin took account of the responsibilities awaiting him. He should go and inform the ambassadors of 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 and the Bridge Alliance of his departure.
Have no fear, Master. I will go and see them in his name. I beg your pardon, but urgent matters call me away. Might we finish all this later?
Impossible, my lord. You are leaving with the tide, if what I've been told is correct.
I am sorry, sir. Truly, I must be going.
My lord, please, I beg you. Her Highness has personally requested I finish.
Thank you, cousin, for getting me out of that.
there. I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
Hey! Green blood!
Kurt.
And so the day has finally come. My royal fledglings are leaving the nest.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious master of arms.
As loyal as your gold.
Well, enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting shadows of the greats of this world, I see.
Hey, our blades are the only thing keeping you dainties alive.
Kurt, I'm not in need of your protection. I'm no longer a child, you know.
Is that so? Well, let's see. Fight with honor!
Давай. Да.
Green blood. Me who thought myself a competent weapons master.
It's becoming a little hard to believe.
Don't add insult to injury. This is humiliating enough. We'll need to get you through the basics, or you risk getting your feathers plucked at the first sign of trouble.
That could definitely come in handy.
In that case, Otto here is going to be your training partner. Go! Fight with honor!
Brief. Привет, я на работе. Присел на обед. Ясно?
appears we've brushed up on the basics.
It does, and I'd like to be on my way. I've quite the list of things to do before we depart.
Indeed. Remember that you can always train in our barracks on the island if you're feeling rusty.
Are your bags packed for the great departure?
Yes, you know I get by with very little. You're not angry that I'm coming with you, I hope.
On the contrary, I'm thrilled that both you and 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 are joining our party. A few friends at your side in unknown territory is a boon.
Ah, so the old goat is coming too. And there I was thinking I would die of boredom on the trip. By the way, where is our future governor hiding? I was hoping to put his skills to the test as well.
I have no idea. He had plans to celebrate his departure last night, and we haven't seen him since. You know Constantine. I should have gone with him, but my heart wasn't in the mood for celebration. The thought of bidding my mother farewell.
It is never easy to say goodbye. But you should be going to see her now. She must be waiting for you. I'll meet you in front of the palace. Then we'll go and find Constantine together.
Very well. I'll meet you as soon as I've said my goodbyes.
What is this? Have you not been taught to knock? I've asked 1,000 times. Oh, it's you, my dear child.
Mother, I'm sorry. I'm having trouble getting used to your condition.
Come now, let's speak of more pleasant things. I'm so very happy to hear your voice. You remind me so much of your father. I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill...
Dying, my child. Alas, there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering. One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to...
I know. But it brings me comfort to know my son has left on a mission to heal his people. Come now. It is time for you to take leave. Here, take this with you.
What is it?
A family heirloom. Something that... Take it and keep it with you. May it bring you good luck. All my blessings go with you, my child. Now, be off.
Это начало игры. Да?
Kurt? It's done.
Sorry, Greenblood.
Система прокачки есть.
We can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred adventure we're embarking on.
I hope this island will keep its promises.
In order to know that, we'll need to find Constantine first.
You're right. Maybe he's already at the port. He was so eager to leave.
This will be quite the chore to finish before our departure. The commander wants to recover some merchandise from our supplier, but the transporter doesn't want to deliver. I did all I could to persuade. Nothing came of it. All the parliamenting fatigues me. But this is your domain. I wouldn't say no to a little help.
Of course. Where is the supplier?
In the lower boroughs, near the port.
Right then. We'll put it on our list of visits.
Where would you like to begin?
I've been asked to pay visits to the ambassadors of 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 and the Bridge Alliance before our departure. Their dwellings are not far from here. We could go there first.
Very well. Do you think Constantine will be waiting for us next to the ship?
I don't know, but it's certainly worthy of inspection.
To my help! And death to the others! Greenblood, do you need something?
I wondered if you ever felt lonely.
I always do. Why, do you want to rectify this?
And what if I said yes?
Well, I'd be grateful, I suppose. But sadly, Greenblood, you're not quite my type. Anything else?
I must leave you.
wish you a good day, Your Excellency.
Greetings, Your Excellency.
Good day, Excellency.
𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it. And perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do. Could you tell me anything about 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮?
It would be a pleasure. As you already know, our glorious nation is guided by our faith. We follow the teachings of Matthias, our founder and greatest prophet, and give thanks each day to the Luminous for having gifted us magic. The high dignitaries of 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 are at the same time our spiritual guides, advocates, and grand mages.
I've heard say that dissensions have appeared recently in your nation.
Ah, you must certainly be speaking about the debates that have divided the Ordo Luminis and the more political orders. The Lord Luminous has an extremely pure vision of our faith and applies the words of our saint very strictly. But other, more open-minded factions exist within our nation. They believe that a less rigid dialectic would attract souls more readily to our faith. But their differences are purely theoretical and do not threaten the cohesion of our nation, I assure you.
What's your point of view on the relations between our two nations?
As ambassador of 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮, I can only rejoice at the mention of our commercial treaties. We appreciate as well the welcome that your uncle gave to our missionaries. Thanks to your support, more and more believers wander your lands. The congregation is our most precious ally. To be perfectly honest, we have only two complaints: that heresy is tolerated, and that your treaties with the Bridge Alliance are maintained.
How is 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 faring on 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮?
We built a marvelous city, San Mateus, on the western coast of the island. Did you know that certain historians believe that it might well have been the final resting place of our prophet? Our missionaries there are a multitude. Not a day passes without new islanders joining our sacred faith. Of course, there are certain pockets of resistance. There is talk of a demonic cult. Disgusting creatures. But I am confident that the Ordo Luminous will be able to put an end to these horrors. And we have tremendous hopes that the entire native population will join our ranks.
How goes the conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front. Without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have? These so-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The Bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮.
I believe I've seen you at the palace. Are you one of the prince's relatives?
The merchant is there.
Good day, good sir. How might I be of service?
You can start by explaining to me why you refused to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again. despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. And I'm only obeying orders.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain. It's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders? Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
I don't think you understand who you're dealing with. Perhaps I failed to present myself properly. Lord 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮, nephew of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion, theft. You know as well as I that the congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only obeying orders.
That is a shame. Well, as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the guard the merchandise, without delay. Unless you'd rather your master is hung and that you finish your days in prison.
As you request, my lord. I shall go immediately and ask that these crates be delivered to the attendant.
Now that's a wise decision.
Thank you. I was beginning to think this would never end. You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
Sir 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Captain, you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Yes. We were finally able to recover your merchandise.
Excellent news. I'm afraid, though, that your mission isn't completely finished, Kurt.
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 as soon as possible. But the Port Authority formalities for shipping take an eternity to wade through. And we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise and contraband?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your Excellency.
Ah, but you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, now, if he finds an alternative solution that is less, illegal, that would be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
Whatever you need to be, celebrate the miracle of science. You won't believe your eyes. This discovery will give you faith in existence.
To my help, and death to the others!
still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
What will be your official title on 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd be best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Lauro.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel.
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten it into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse and noted on the manifest will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurd. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to doctor the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office.
You haven't heard anything about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. Might I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
A couple of heretics are planning on leaving 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮. The ambassador of 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 has entrusted me with the job of capturing them.
Happy to see that you trust me enough to seek my counsel in the affair. Just so happens that I heard someone talking about the couple. The Cardinal's men are far from discreet. They were making quite some ruckus, asking to search our warehouses. We, of course, refused entry. Only the 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮s have access. I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but I'm certain your potential stowaways aren't far. But we won't allow you to make a search to grab them. Not officially, at least.
What do you mean?
That discretion and malice are often more useful than titles and words.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
If you wore a Naut uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
Hello, sir.
Oh, hello, Your Excellency. It is an honor.
Good day, tavern keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
With all these sailors coming and going, you must have heard some stories about 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮.
Right. Even stories that my heaviest drinkers would have trouble believing. They say that man-trees live there. Dragons and gigantic creatures. Treasure abounds under every rock, and the source of eternal life is hidden somewhere there. Last night, some Nauts even told me they brought back one of those giant beasts into the port. Ah, but you know the kind. If you ask my opinion, the drink was fueling their imaginations.
Has the Malachor really put a damper on your business?
More than a damper. They were soaked. When the sickness began to spread, a wave of panic followed in its wake. People stopped going out of their homes. They were afraid. I was close to closing shop, I tell you. And then, thankfully, the alchemists of the bridge said that you couldn't just catch it like that. People were still distrustful, as is their nature, but they are leaving home again. It's a start. I also lost quite a few regular customers. Dead or too scared to venture back. Yeah, but that's nothing new to you. The city would have sunk in the water if not for trade with the new isle.
How is business going these days?
It's picking up. We've not seen many new customers, but of late things are looking better. The Malachor and the neighbouring wars have dampened commerce. The epidemic still rages, but the possibility of finding a cure on that island has given people something to hope for. Now that we have a city there, quite a few seafarers come by to spend their wages.
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age, hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes, quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'll be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
There are some days when you'd rather get drunk all day than have to suffer through this again.
could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
Well then, were you able to repair it all?
No, I haven't been able to sort them out.
In that case, you need to pay me, sir.
That's not a small sum. I need to think about my options.
Oh, the father has forgotten to give his son his allowance, it would seem.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
Welcome! It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with? you for your visit. See you soon. Come closer now, good people. Don't be afraid. Come, celebrate the
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels. I could repair this if I had some metal dowels. I don't have the key. Locked.
Greenblood, do you need something?
I must leave you.
Я хочу поиграть в такое.
Ну и какие вопросы?
Ты пират, что ли?
Наверное. Я толком не знаю еще. У меня еще и пролог не начался.
Типа корсара, что ли?
Я в Корсар не играл, не знаю.
Это ММО какое-то.
ММО, да, наверное. Шуру поняла. Окей. Явно не сюда вышел.
Кстати, доброе утро.
Да, добрый день. Попробуй, может быть, она уже есть на торрентах, эта игра. Блин, все равно нужен взлом. Взлом это хреново. Если выполнять все задания, здесь, наверное, часов на 200 игра.
Уже качаю.
Да ты что? Так, вот тут я вообще не туда иду. Я уже заблудился в этом здании. Надо же, я починил. Забавно.
Well then, were you able to repair it all?
Yes, just like new. Or nearly.
That does indeed look like fine work. You know what you're doing.
I would
Радугу
hope.
купил.
Can you tell me where I can find my cousin now?
Чего за радуга?
Your
Что здесь
cousin is
радуга?
either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you. They're not the tender sorts.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess he's got
А
himself
почему без
into.
вебки играешь как
Seemed
раньше?
like a courageous fellow who could down his pipe.
Потому что у меня нет такой возможности сейчас играть с вебкой.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Какой ты красавчик, прям как я.
Как ты, да, это точно. Надо записаться. что-то сделал, сам не понял. Да, я что-то хотел подмешать. Снотворное. Куда же я хотел подмешать-то его? Это делается здесь. Магическое. Я нифига не знаю, как делать. Ядовитые, магические, стихийные. Нифига не рассказывает, как делать. Вот. Алкоголь сырцот, понятно.
Игра типа древние свитки, только не такая багнутая.
Первый уровень науки. Как же мне его прокачать? Это фигово. Получается, я тут вообще не могу выполнить половину миссий. А можно ли прокачать, если что-нибудь делать? Ну-ка. Все на замочке. Ничего не могу. Пойду лучше освобожу чувака. Там нужен стелс.
Может, мне тоже ее постримить?
Попробуй. Я думаю, тебя назад это как раз когда запускал, подумал, блин, хорошо бы паразита была бы эта игра. А потом смотрел, ты пришел. Но она очень сложная, здесь надо интеллект включать.
Что-то мне неохота играть Assassin's Creed Unity.
Хочешь, не играй. Так, это не здесь. Надо здесь сбоку обойти. Да, я еще не дошел. Эта игра такая, здесь надо смаковать.
Где Фокс?
Фокс будет в 4 часа. У него вчера очень хорошо подгорело в игре. Я даже знаю почему. Я ему типа пару раз не помог. Обиделся. Потому что он умирал. И у него это на деньги ставили. Да любой бы психанул бы. Хотя он сам виноват. Я ему говорил, не пытайся игру досконально изучать. Не получится. Только возненавидишь ее. Он мне не поверил. Ты получил отрицательную награду себе. Чего в какой? В какой игре или во что? Я что-то я момент упустил вспышку. Ты кто?
В Borderlands.
Someone told me that you're a friend of
Да,
Genesis,
Borderlands.
the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah.
Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
Глаза у него что-то закрыты.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Что у него с глазами?
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart, and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink.
Жалко, что играть на русском.
It blurs the senses.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Короче, она ничего не знает. На складе за портовым управлением, понятно. Я, конечно, не привык вот к этим, когда миссия одна окей, другая сразу типа неправильная. Штат матроса. Может быть, переодеться. Правда, в переодевание я еще не играл. Можно сразу все зафейлить. Сегодня будем играть в Borderlands, если, конечно, получится. Что оно здесь в углу? Тупик.
Я все еще не купил себе оперативку.
Ой, я здесь был. И чего дает тебе оперативка?
Но сейчас мне нужен 2 монитора.
Аппетит растет во время еды.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand. Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left, you get me?
Did Jonas seem troubled to you, the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Я, если честно, очень плохо отношусь к татуировкам, особенно на лице.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Понятно.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Strange story this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
У нас появился свидетель. Типа еще один. Далеко идти?
Эд 3 сейчас подешевели аж на 2000 рублей.
Ну, покупай память, раз она тебе нужна. Кто-то у нас картишки играет.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
Что-то здесь выбор небольшой.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table.
Сидит в одном месте. Где?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Он сидит на одном месте. Всех обчищает. И где он сидит? Найти, отобразить. А, где-то внизу, значит, он.
Did you hear? People say a great alchemist has set up a stall near the tavern.
Have a nice day, sire.
Greetings.
Стой.
I hope your day will be better than mine.
Да. Где-то здесь, но я его не вижу.
May the disease never afflict you, Your Excellency.
Но мне нужен переходник с 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮.
I should go to the dispensary. I've not seen my brother.
Ты знаешь, что нужно делать.
Perhaps he went there.
𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮.
Купишь его на Алиэкспресс. Такс. Где-то здесь игрок. Что мне говорят по заданию? Верхний трав. Трактирщик. Мне кажется, надо было с ним побольше поговорить. Ладно, побежали, да будет им долго ходить. Все-таки надо было трактирчику подходить.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightning...
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
How is business going these days?
It's picking up. We've not seen many new customers, but of late things are looking better. The Malicor and the neighbouring wars have dampened commerce. The epidemic still rages, but the possibility of finding a cure on that island has given people something now that we...
Да, я слышал.
Но все запчасти для компа я хочу покупать с донатов стрима.
Фига у тебя запросы. А, вот он, игрок.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a naught that disappeared 2 days ago. After visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell.
Типа я тоже поставлю вот такой вот, типа хочу купить квартиру вот насчет донатов. В центре Москвы. Как тебе такая идея? Да и срок, чтобы был не больше года. А то, сам понимаешь, квартира может протухнуть.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Зачем делать то, чего ты реально знаешь, что это нереально сделать?
Не попробуешь, не узнаешь.
Я пробовал, у меня ничего не получилось, и я возвращаться к этому не хочу.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something.
Это примерно выглядит, знаешь, как глупо. Вот ты идешь, например, в переход метро, да? И начинаешь торговать кофточкой с рынка. Вероятность покупателя, знаешь, сколько процентов?
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal.
A stone's throw from the 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
Я, кажется, нашел, куда мне идти.
But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Ну-ка, давай поговорим с тобой. У тебя какие-то мысли появились?
Greenblood, do you need something?
Нет, у меня мысли нету. Так, где это у нас?
Не все зависит от покупателя.
Почему метка здесь стоит? Не знаю про других, про себя я знаю, что я даже этим заниматься не буду, мне это не нужно, и это мне не прокатывает. Я пробовал, знаю, что у меня это не выйдет. Я правильно иду хоть? Ну, почти, только неправильно. Так, открыть нельзя, там что-то есть.
Если я захочу что-то продать, то и говно без упаковки продам человеку, который эту кучу навалил.
Видишь, ты молодец, ты торгаш, я нет. Я не торгаш. Икс. Ой, я уже увидел этого чувака. Вот сохраниться, мало ли сейчас пойдет дело неправильно. Вспять.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Куда ты пошла? В стену? Ясно.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
Ну расскажи, давай.
I'm very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
How did you find your son's trail?
We have never stopped looking for him. We learned the new name they gave him, Jonas. My poor little Celestine. Then we learned the name of the ship he sailed on. No sooner had it docked in Serene than my husband had the crew watched closely, and we found him.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Naughts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact? It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Naughts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Забавно.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
Ладно, мы уйдем.
With respect, my lady.
Зачем ты нож достал, придурок?
Уже устанавливаю.
Да ты что? Ты ее стримить тоже будешь? Это правда? Такс. G. Договор нафтов. Довольно-таки далеко отсюда. Опять он нож достал.
Я делаю так, чтобы мои зрители возвращались на стрим, даже если там ничего не происходит.
И рано или поздно ты у них попросишь донат, я знаю. Они просто еще не готовы к этому. Такс. Сколько там метров осталось?
Я знаю.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin.
Но донат
As you
пока
well
не
know, we
прошел.
cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nords, some families cede more than gold. In some cases,
Я в шоке.
even trade some of
Вроде
their
бы пролог,
subjects
но
for
такой огромный.
I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is seaborn. He is a Nord from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Nords for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Ясно.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us?
Но если ты
Anyone
играешь
who's
в
not
Skyrim
Nords?
первый раз, то
Sir
для тебя пролог
Dicosillion's a
тоже
veritable well
длинный.
of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
Ах, ну да, ты
Для
же у нас...
некоторых даже 3-4 часа.
Ты же у нас фанат Скайрима, я забыл.
I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he
Да, эта игра похожа что-то на Skyrim.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship.
Я Skyrim прошел 2 раза.
Immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such a accord, and certain had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the 𝓛𝓮𝓮s lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir 𝓛𝓮 has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides.
Интересно, я смогу ладить?
For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady 𝓛𝓮 didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Надо списаться. Такс. Опять надо в дом бежать. Ой, опа, пауза. Я до сих пор первого левела. Офигеть.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
Ты о чем? Ух ты, что-то есть. Раньше этого здесь не было. Так.
This document mentions
Кажется, я нашел его.
a warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
Вот. Мы нашли его. О, 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮. У них 2 входа, что ли, здесь? Ясно. Много регионов, я что, здесь не был раньше?
Привет. Ладно, паразит, пока. Если за сахаром идешь. В смысле? Да, не сейчас же.
А как же игра? Ты же ее установил.
А, окей.
Да, кстати, игра очень атмосферная. Такие звуки жизненные прям. Я правильно, наверное, залез, да? Да.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Блин, надо было записаться. Куда бы записаться? Куда? Сюда. Попробуй сейчас оглушить его.
Сиди, смотри, общайся с магой.
Скрытая атака. Ёпперс это.
And death to the others!
Да, не крутые.
Великий и могучий мир. Сказ сраный 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 уже достал появляться на экране.
Да я правильно сделал, что записался. Мне ж жопа, походу. Они какие-то крутые. Я даже убить их не могу. Чего, блин? Молодец. Мой напарник справился. Здоровье меня, конечно, повредилось. Такс. Надо оглядеться. Вот как раз
Затыкай
вот здесь.
его до смерти.
У меня, наверное, сильный задержка стоит на канале. Интересно, сколько на минуту или больше.
Press F to play. Магус, у тебя времени нет или почему ты нас модерами не делаешь?
Модерами? Да могу сделать модерами.
Locked.
Сегодня пересмотрю этот вопрос. Сделаю вас модерами. Где же мне ключ-то найти? Там какой-то хрен. Так, попробую его в спину.
Донат 2000, чтобы быть модерами на этом канале.
Прям мне жопа, короче. А уйти мы не можем. Что мне делать? Нужно выбрать огнестрельное оружие. Куда он будет стрелять дальше? Сюда, да? Я не знаю, зачем нужна техническая пауза. Готов. Какой крутой чел. Да расслабьтесь, у меня нет опции для доната. Даже вы захотите задонатить, у вас не получится. У меня все бесплатно.
Руслан, ты москвич.
Ой, наконец-то левел дали.
Для тебя 2000 как жвачку купить.
Да я бы не сказал.
Ты чё нет, я бомж.
Для меня даже 1000 рублей это деньги.
Так я тоже бомж.
Так, я всех поубивал, а ключ-то я нашел, интересно. Я этот момент упустил.
Мне надо 3000, что апгрейдить комп.
Это получается здесь можно было снотворный, если бы я умел зелье управлять, усыпить. Короче, можно игру проходить даже никого не убивая. Но это очень сложно сделать. Такс.
Если бы я был москвичом, у меня был бы офигенный комп за 200 копеек или больше.
Да, не обязательно быть москвичом, чтобы иметь деньги. В Москве тоже не сахар жизни.
Но у Магуса почти такой комп.
Опять взлом нужен какой-то. О, ключи я взял, отлично. Сейчас нам пацан расскажет.
В 2020 у него будет процессор за 1000. Но Магус богатый, конечно.
Who are you?
My name is 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
I'm extremely sorry to have to tell you this, Jonas. He preferred to fight to the death rather than allow you to leave. He left me no choice.
У меня комп 2014 года, я не знаю, что там крутого в этом компе. Единственная стоящая вещь у меня в компьютере — видеокарта.
She'll be all alone now.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship.
Отлично, хорошая концовка получилась. Пацан все-таки будет юнгой у нас. Надо прокачать скилл на зелье мешания, иначе я здесь сдохну. Я понятия не имею, где здесь можно вообще собрать таблетки. Хотя, с другой стороны, не жалею, да, я могу сейчас это дело исправить.
Магус, почему бы тебе не стримить СКП Secret Laboratory?
Я не понимаю эту игру, потому что у меня в голове не укладывается. Сколько раз пытался понять ее, я так и не понял, что это такое. Даже название меня отпугивает.
Нет, ему надо постримить Fortnite.
Fortnite? Согласен.
Или Бравл Старс. Блин, окей.
Что за Бравл? Бравл Старс. Что такое? Так, это надо записаться. Вдруг меня опять убьют. У меня, короче, через час примерно будет стрим.
Паразит, когда стрим?
У меня через час будет стрим. Borderlands.
Не знаю. Но чего ж не вечером? Как обычно.
С капитаном Васко поболтать. Не, было бы прикольно, если бы сейчас Паразит начал бы стрим от этой игры.
Ну ладно, жаль, что стримы всегда вечером.
Сейчас у меня, кстати, должна быть параллельно идти презентация игры. River City Gears.
Будем поднимать стримы Магуса, когда он стримит.
You still haven't found your cousin? As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
Yeah.
My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship. I have you to thank, I imagine.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
О, выполнил, репутацию заработал.
Be back soon, Captain.
Прикольно, надо записаться даже от радости. Так, теперь нужно другого чувака найти. Вот этого. Константин. Как прям моего брата зовут. Как сюда попасть? Здесь я не пройду. Так, и там я был, там стоит.
Так что, Руслан, тебе приказ от Величества Короля СС смотреть стримы Магуса, и ты будешь модером этого канала. Я поговорю с Магой.
Такое чувство, как будто паразит разговаривает сам с собой. Ух ты, что-то не могу пройти сюда. Смотри-ка. Закрыт проход. А с другой стороны, может быть, сейчас посмотреть, что я могу вообще развить. Не ждали Level 2. Где мои обилки? Где они выбираются? Здесь. Нифига себе, а что это я вдруг такой подозрительный? Неотправленные письма. Так. Где же я все-таки видел эту возможность? Кстати, у меня же другой чел тоже что-то умеет. Он, кстати, мог бы, наверное, приготовить мне все. Вот я идиот. Тут же можно героя выбрать, и он там умеет что-то одно, другое.
You had any idea who I am? Open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch!
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
В обход, значит. Вот, сохранится. Здесь сейчас и будет скрытность. Так, а ведь сверху что нас дает? В принципе, то же самое. Можно разрушить, а можно в дверь войти. Что-то мешает.
Хз, что писать?
Согласен. Стихийная ловушка. Стихийная ловушка, это, наверное, у меня есть что-то в этом меню. Как антиобилка. Что если стрельнуть?
It's not possible just now.
Что за лампа? Ну-ка. Он тупит, лампу не включает. А нет, лампа у него есть в руке.
It's blocked.
Магус, скажи, как тебя зовут, пожалуйста.
Хочешь по имени мне? Андрей меня зовут. Так, зелье магии. В меню, короче, ковыряться здесь. Узнать, как все-таки можно магию прокачать. В самом начале игры давали класс. А теперь я не знаю, как в него попасть.
Нет, я не по имени буду писать, я по нику.
Так гораздо лучше, да.
Но все равно спасибо, что сказал.
Переодеться на авто. Вот это как интересно было. Я же эту миссию выполнил. Такс. Потише всех поубивать. Тупо. Мне это лучше всего получается. Так, вот как раз здесь подскажут. Ну-ка, магия, зелье. Новый уровень. Во, ППК. Странно. Яростная магическая атака. Я вот что подумал, может быть действительно мне просто клавишу Q нажать?
It's not possible just now.
Не прокатывает.
It's blocked. It's blocked.
В общем, они пытаются как-то мне доказать, что что-то можно сделать.
Greenblood, do you need something?
I must leave you.
Я не догоняю. У меня есть 1 очко. Тут везде просят 2 очка. Офигеть. Пойду я, наверное, поубиваю их. Тут же 2 входа есть. Я думаю, паразит догадается, как пройти можно будет скрытым образом. У меня это не получилось. Ясно.
It's obvious that he's a noble, a rich man. He needed to be taught a lesson, but it's better we grab some coin. With all those posters we posted, someone with deep
Это сколько народу ходит.
sooner or later to liberate the root state. He's making a great deal of noise. We could knock him out.
Нет.
Or gag him.
Он быстро ходит. И ты, блин, специально что ли? Я так и знал. Здесь стелс, конечно, отстойный. Давай, давай, умирай, умирай. Финишим. Вот так их. Никакого стелса. Блин, у меня закончились пополнялки здоровья. Это плохо. Крафтить я еще не научился. Что это такое? Опять взлом. Открыть ключом. Ключа нету. Вот она, магическая ловушка.
It's not possible just now.
Сейчас попробуем. Если взять вот так, выбрать зелье. Вот такого даже нету. Можно было сюда залезть. Так, чувака держат наверху, я так понял. Ключ от камеры. Какая интересная картина.
Какой твой дискорд?
Дискорд, а у меня, кстати, на канале он в углу написан. Если там посмотреть, там где написано стрим, короче, верхним правым. Там доступ свободный. Столько всяких вещей уже наворовал. Даже не знаю, как все это у него помещается.
Locked.
А у меня ключ есть.
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress.
Constantine, it's me!
My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fires.
Well, I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares
Я
about
не вижу,
you.
я
I
на
know
телефоне
that. He
смотрю.
appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment.
Да, это фигово.
Enough said. Today
А там можно в описании свойства канала посмотреть. Там, по-моему, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 цифры. Один из них это Discord. Старый вышитый камзол.
If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
There's no one left to pay, Your Highness. The brave Kurt and your cousin have already.
И все? Больше ничего не нужно ему.
What a shame. I would have loved to have seen that. We've nothing left to do then than to board our ship. An adventure awaits us at the end of the street.
Отлично. Нарки, что у нас можно? Да у него и так все шикарно. Круче нас. Блин, мне бы здоровье пополнить. Вот это было бы дело. Ах, это ловушка. Понятно. Ну все, я думаю, надо валить отсюда. Вопрос, через чего мы выйдем. Вот через дверь. Так, миссия. Подмешать снотворную выпивку. Вот интересно, как вот это вот выполнить, я не знаю. Там надо как-то прокрасться. Переодеться нафтом. Это интересно. Или пойти к торговцу купить, может быть, что-то вот здесь вот можно. Здоровье-то получше сделать. Сейчас попробую Discord скинуть в чат. Подожди 5 сек паузы. Где мой канал? Творческая студия. Так, мой канал. Туда нажал. Вот он. Ай, куда я нажал? Вот сейчас кину в чат. Вот он, Discord.
Ссылка.
Is your hat? Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking?
Спасибо.
What might I help you
Оставь
with?
ссылку на канал в описании под видео.
Хорошо. Купить. Что можно купить здесь? Мне нужны пополнялки. У меня с ними проблемы. Вот зелье здоровья. Что так много мне количество предлагают? Сразу 7. Что-то не понял юмора. Меньше никак нельзя купить. Ух ты, у него каждый раз разные цены. Ты что, охренел, что ли, друг? Он реально торгуется.
Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
Да он офигел, он торгуется. Дорого, дорого, друг. Первый раз была лучше цена. Ладно, вроде меня пока не убивают. Как здесь можно героя-то менять? У меня же их трое теперь. Я не тебе ходил. Кстати, можно что-нибудь продать. Шляпа разбойника продать. За 2 копейки. Издеваются. Кто не убегай, я хочу поговорить с тобой. Не хочет он. Теперь стало самое сложное, что мне не получается. Как поднять левел мастерской. Слишком низкий уровень таланта. Но мне нужно поднять талант. Развивайте таланты. Я понял. Так мне надо его развить. Вот это, наверное. Сейчас сохранюсь на всякий случай. Вдруг я что-то на уиверчу. Тут уже ничего не поменяешь тогда. Так, девятка талантов. Попробуем. Слишком низкий. Вот я и говорил про это. Это глупо. Я сделал глупость. Да, тут сложно вот с этим. Придумали они. Непонятно, как можно поднять талант. Поработать в мастерской. Выбрать другого персонажа, вот. Нет, у него не получается. Они все какие-то неумейки. Что значит переработать? Так, этот вообще ничего не умеет у нас. Зато может улучшать.
Завтра будет стрим по этой игре, пока вы с Фоксом будете играть в Borderlands.
Да ладно. Круто. Блин, я в тупике. Я не понимаю, как можно улучшить скилл зелья варенья. Главное, где это делается? Алхимик или вы... Подожди. А на карте ну что еще есть? Может, действительно не заморачиваться, пойти, короче, втихаря. Поговорить с чуваками, миссию закончить. Так, как здесь можно пройти? Пройти можно вот так. По центральной улице. Да ёкарный, блин. Ладно, вы пока воюете без меня только, ладно? Все? Пришел, всех убивал, нормально. Кстати, здоровье пополнил каким-то краем. Опять взлом. И опять взлом. Надо взлом качать. Надо вот этих чуваков как-то обойти сбоку.
Halt! The warehouse is off limits. Move along.
Can't you make an exception?
No, sorry, sir. Move along, please. Now.
Very well, I'm going.
Чё за хрень? Нас не пускают. А то у нас смерть затыкаем. Опять взлом. Гениально. Зачем мне мушкет? У меня и так пушек полно. Что там светит? Ядовитая ловушка. Еще бы ловушки будут научиться выставлять. Я даже вышел в том же самом месте.
I've seen a few escapes in my time, but I never thought I'd see someone go to all this trouble to break into a prison.
Ну-ка, давай поговорим. Используй ключи.
Locked.
To my help! And death to the others!
Тихо. Давайте, сэр, по одному. Тут можно переодеться, получается, чтобы попасть внутрь. А где контора, он сказал? Вот здесь.
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
To my help! And death to the others! Careful, Greenblood! You're wounded!
Фига, у меня ранен.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Готов.
Уже установил.
Что-то как-то очень долговато мне показалось.
Сейчас уйду.
Так. Дальше по коридору.
И думаю, что завтра точно будет эта игра.
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Все, подделать запись.
Потому что Нина уйдет по делам до вечера.
Понятно. Осталось последнее действие. Нужно переодеться. Матроса, наверное, да? Хрен поймешь. Вероятность получения трофеев. Надо что-то придумать. Все дело в шляпе. Помощник капитана. Что от матроса я вроде делал. Попробуй сейчас. Да, у меня получилось.
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're the relay. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties. The path is clear.
Гениально, кто бы догадался.
They need all the time they can get.
Когда я сзади зайду, там сзади есть какая-то секретная нычка. Чуваки там прячутся. Вот они.
Who is there?
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias? The one who returned to 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 after traveling with his master?
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced St. Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you.
Кстати, время уже, наверное.
Depth sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always
Фокс надо
difficult to
спрашивать, где
interpret,
он.
but what is written is written.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could forget what you have discovered, perhaps.
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahin, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum,
you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the Illuminated forever light your path.
If I manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back.
Так, надо попробовать. Да, пролог жесткий, конечно. Зато здесь все вроде бы сделано. Что здесь грузчики делают? Нафига мне с ними договариваться? И главное, о чем?
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
Опа, забавно. Заручиться с помощью Альянса. Новый селение-то где у нас получается? О, вот она. Ну, вроде сейчас все закончится уже.
Your Excellency.
Lord 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮. I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮. My cousin Constantine is about to take up office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea, remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center.
He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate matter.
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery concerning Matthäus, the founder of the mythical 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮. And it seems that this is not to the liking of the illuminated, or at least his more fervent subjects.
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the stake.
Without a doubt. And that's why these poor people are begging you to offer them asylum.
I would volunteer and consent to take them under my protection. But one good deed deserves another.
You would like me to first take care of your charlatan?
You will certainly prove to be an excellent legate.
Прикольно.
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of his allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors, but our ancestors quickly realized that the union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
Could you give me your understanding of the relations between the congregation and the Bridge?
Our relations hang essentially on the quality of our trade and commerce. The exchanges are very profitable, especially on the cultural front. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite some time. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between the congregation and the other nations on the continent. It is by all means a respectable position, even if it means you also trade with our enemies.
The Bridge Alliance has been on 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮 for much longer than we have. What can you tell me?
It is true that we founded Hikmet, our newest city, around 15 years ago now. Alas, I haven't been able to go there myself. I can only tell you what others have reported to me. It is a luxurious island. An enormous dead volcano thrones in its center. The vegetation is extremely varied, and the fauna wondrous. We discovered animals that we had never ever seen before. Some are bigger than houses. But they're not the only occupants of the island. A savage and crude people also live there, who speak an incomprehensible language. But you shall discover all of this for yourself soon enough.
Did you reconsider the request for asylum for the historians that I spoke to you about?
I believe I already told you that the affair would be taken care of as soon as you had taken care of mine.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮.
Сейчас мы быстро выполним задание, все. Я думал, тут этот подделка. Ой, я не к тебе хотел, нет. Я там что-то увидел. Обыскать. Этих ловушек уже, не знаю, миллиард, наверное. Где хоть бегу-то?
Привет, сорян, что отходил, и сейчас отойду уроки делать, сорян.
Да ничего страшного. Найти шарлатана, а что, я его не нашел, что ли? Зона поиска. Где же он здесь может быть? А, вот, наверное.
Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still, this little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take two.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with him, I wonder if he'll serve us the same routine.
Сейчас узнаем.
Finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now, I saw you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
Украсть? Он меня увидит, да? Или нет? Как же я могу украсть, интересно? Да, как же можно украсть-то?
I wish you a good day, Your Excellency.
Hello, sir.
Have you finally made up your mind?
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
I will think about it.
As you wish, but don't wait long. It won't last forever.
Как же это сделать-то? Ну-ка, карта что нам показывает? Сзади зайти, наверное, нельзя. Можно. Тихо. Панацея шарлатана. Что ты будешь делать? Сейчас убьет меня нафиг. Сука. Мочи его. Ночь как мне повезло. Они мне поддались. Я пока не буду рассматривать эти вещи, нафиг надо. Такс. Вроде все. Сейчас он отравится.
Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, no, you don't have the right.
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found.
Что, он убежал,
We
что
need
ли?
to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
Как-то быстро закончилось, я даже не понял. А, он в этот убежал. В бар.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
Так, понятно, спрашивать его не
I need
бесполезно.
to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Интересно, куда он мог убежать? Подожди-ка, ссылка показывает вверх. Это же не просто так. Вверх, вверх, вверх. Это где? Вот он.
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob that is gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he is the one who sent me.
Sahin? Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
Dr. Shaheen warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me, coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Shaheen hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Why does Shaheen bear you such hatred?
I wasn't fortunate enough to oppose certain great minds of the Academy, to criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons. To find a remedy to the Malachor, they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace and earned Shaheen's hatred. Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the Malachor.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder? That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. I mean, the mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, sir?
I'm going to help you leave the city, but you must promise never to return.
I swear it.
Very well then. I need to first get you away from those who want to see
думаю, в будущем я его встречу, ему не поможет.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remain hidden while waiting.
Так, отлично, его сейчас разорвут. И где здесь черный ход? Черный ход, наверное, здесь. Что-то у нас тут мало народа. Где еще один? А, стал понял поболтать. Блюют. Плохие лейн.
Please listen, I beg you.
If you want him to reimburse you, get in the back of the line like everyone else.
Believe me, I understand why you're angry.
Me? It's not money I want. That charlatan tried to poison us. I couldn't give a flying pile of dung for your pretty words. We're gonna hang him high. And you too.
У меня прокачано убеждение.
How absurd! I'm the one who put an end to his operation.
Well, in that case, help us catch him so he can be punished like he deserves.
He's trapped. He'll have to come out someday, you'll see.
же выбрать-то? Интуиция, напомните об обычных эффектах. Предложить компетенцию. Так, приказать это вряд ли пойдет. Давай компенсируем.
As long as you promise to put an end to this. True potions of healing like those you thought you were buying.
What are you, some sort of alchemist then? I hope you're not the same feather as the other. If that's the case, we have enough rope to hang the both of them!
Trust me. I swear that each and every one of you will receive one.
Our trust was already given. We're going nowhere without seeing the merchandise.
Such a large number of potions. This story's gonna cost you a fortune.
These vials.
Зелье здоровья, где я его возьму?
I need to keep my eyes peeled.
Зелье здоровья. Надо его создать. А я не могу. Я тормоз. Подожди, а может кто-то другой может сделать? Чё я туплю-то? Нет, не может. Открыть справку. Каждое новое очко талантов. Блин, а где мои таланты-то все? Если бы я еще знал, где можно сделать это. Вот это, наверное. Вот она. Подтвердить надо, да, нажать? Требуется одно очко, а чё у меня очка нету никакого? Нужно было изначально. Изначально было сделать, отлично. Открыть справку. Подожди, а может быть потому что я... Нет, все правильно было. Почему я выбрать-то не могу? У меня же 3. Уровень 3. Оставшиеся очки 2 у меня. Хрен понял, короче, почему-то вот здесь вот нельзя выбрать. В талантах вообще жопа полная. Ну-ка, а если это то же самое, только другого персонажа выбрать нельзя? Вот этого, например. Что они какие-то кривые, блин. Не хотят купить, я не могу. Надо на рынок сходить купить тупо.
Welcome. It's such a pleasure to. Have you seen anything to your liking?
Купить. День здоровья. Она пускай будет 200. Так я не пойму, я купил, нет? Вроде да. Только нигде это не указывается почему-то. Где предметы? Инвентарь на И. Зелье здоровья где-то у меня. А может быть, мне просто не получается купить, потому что денег нету. Что у меня по деньгам? Да, у меня что-то с деньгами какая-то проблема. Значит, продать вначале.
Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see. Have you seen anything to your liking?
Что мы продадим? Что бы еще продать? Магическая ловушка. Ну, продадим ее. Все. Вроде бы у меня теперь хватит купить зелье.
Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking?
Купим зелье. Вот это. Купить. И главное, 11 штук я купил себе. Зачем, непонятно.
have those potions you promised us?
Yes, here they are.
Hey, did you see that? That other alchemist kept his word. I hope these are good ones.
The colour looks like it should, not like those others.
Well then, since you want us to go, then we'll be going. Come on, everyone!
The alchemist is now far from danger, at least.
Go and tell him the good news.
Можно было проводить. Короче, здесь много ходов. Я выбрал самый ненужный вариант. Самый тупейший. Потратить бабло называется.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
I persuaded the mob to disperse calmly and without a fight. The way is free.
Very well. What power of persuasion? They didn't seem of a mind to hear reason from me.
You are free. Climb into your carriage and leave Serene immediately. Let me deal with Dr. Sahin.
I owe you my life, sir. I will be eternally in your debt.
I remind you to never step foot here again.
I have no desire to return anyway. Farewell.
Фига себе выбор какой остаться. Я пешком бегу.
Your Excellency.
Lord 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮.
I tracked down your man near the coin guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated. He managed to slip through our fingers.
Once again. That man is part eel.
We followed his trail to the Coin Guard Tavern, but he had already escaped. All the same, you have nothing to fear. He will never step foot in Serene again.
We'll eventually catch up with him and deliver the punishment that his crimes deserve. Governor 𝓛𝓮 will be happy to learn that
Да, сюжет здесь жестко закручен.
across the shores of 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮. Thank you for your help, Excellency, and allow me to offer you this modest gift for your voyage.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮.
Все.
Your Excellency.
Lord 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮.
Now that your affair is taken care of, are you planning on helping the historians I spoke to you about?
We are willing. Where are they to be found at this time?
At the port of Serene. They were hoping to stow away discreetly on a vessel to Al-Sad.
Very well. I shall send an escort immediately to take them somewhere safe.
Поговорить с историками.
Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮.
We owe you our lives. We are eternally grateful.
It was nothing. I hope you won't have too much difficulty adapting to your new country.
If you would allow me, I would like to give you this. It's not much, but it is all that we possess.
Farewell.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me.
I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a
А вот я теперь могу делать
It would
зелье.
seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart.
Как-то, блин, не быстро получилось.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Зачем мне что-то спрашивать?
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
Сказать, правда ли солгать? Офигеть. Наставить перед выбором.
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them. It is truly regrettable. We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
Отлично.
I must be going.
Только репутация какая-то странная, +1, это же плохо.
May the light guide you, 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮.
Все, мы готовы к отплытию. Мы здесь закончили. Мне кажется, надо было взлом прокачивать. Все было бы иначе тогда. Так почему в такой одежде дурацкой идем? Это пробивание лучше? Офигеть. А оружие что здесь? Ладно, пофигу.
Sir?
𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮, future governor of 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon.
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the time.
No, my house is in order. We are ready to embark.
Perfect. Follow me.
I am so eager to discover 𝓛𝓲𝓿𝓮. My isle, my new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures. As big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the 𝓛𝓲s even brought one back in one of their ships.
Как здесь залезть на корабль?
Doubt that. The 𝓛𝓲s are strange, but they're not.
Где вход-то? Не понял. Здесь, наверное.
Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this.
What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need ropes! We must contain it! Help!
Come now, let's lend them a hand.
Сейчас его убьет, что ли?
Cut! Captain! Keep my cousin safe!
Здоровье! Да ё-моё! Надо было здоровье пополнить.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures.
The beast!
Как я его буду убивать? Интересно.